Hi everyone. So for those of you that follow Embody Wellness and my work, know that I really highlight the importance of reconnecting with your body, with the senses and the language of the body that constantly communicates with us, that sends those messages in order to lead us back to equilibrium, to health, wellness, and vitality. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about the darker messages of the body, the importance of paying attention to our pain, to the subtle sensations of discomfort that we feel, and to the things that keep sort of repeating in our bodies, some patterns that we see, in order to understand what is it that our body is trying to tell us. Sometimes we only look at the superficial and the physical aspects of health problems and pains. And while there are definitely physical reasons for all of the health problems as well, most of the time they start at an emotional level, and they also carry really important messages of our body's way of telling us that something is not working for us. I have two examples from my personal life story that I wanted to share to highlight those. So the first one started, I started developing a really serious pain in my kind of the armpit area, and it was so painful. It kept getting worse and worse that I had to go to get, mammograms, and I was really thinking something serious was happening to me. This lasted for at least a couple of months, maybe over a year. And I was getting really desperate and started, feeling like I had to get some serious help from medical doctors when I went to San Diego for a weekend, and I went to a massage therapist that is a longtime friend, and he really knows my body well because he works on it very often. So I told him about the pain I was experiencing, and he has a training where he understands kind of the emotional and the body connections, the body-mind connection, and he brought my attention that this area, really the heart area, the chest area, and the armpit area really have to do with the feeling of abandonment, of lost love. And he did a little bit of body work in this area and told me to really pay attention to what I would be feeling. Mind you, about a year prior to that, I had a pretty traumatic breakup with an ex-boyfriend of mine. And at the time I was very much in control. I was a very emotionless person, never really allowed myself to show any emotions. So I just went on with my life, sort of putting that experience behind me. And 24 hours after this massage, I was driving along the I-5 from San Diego back to Los Angeles, where I was studying at the time, when tears started pouring my eyes, and I just felt so much sadness and so many feelings going through my entire body, but especially in this area that has been worked on. And I ended up having to call my ex-boyfriend and tell him exactly what I was feeling. And interestingly, within a couple of days, the pain went away and it never came back. And this is a pain that was bothering me for over a year that I thought was something much more serious. So our body actually stores all of this negative impact, stress, the emotions that we feel. When animals experience trauma, or even children, they go and shake out, cry or scream. But we human beings, we've been told that crying is not really, it's for sissies, and you're not supposed to make a lot of noise about things, and you're supposed to just go on with your life without expressing your emotions too much. And so that's what happens. The message from this is you really need to express your emotions when you feel them, of course in ways that don't hurt other people, and pay attention to where you have accumulated experiences that are stored at a cellular level, to make sure that you can really pay attention and allow for your body to recognize the pain and release it in some way or another. There are a lot of body techniques and energetic healing techniques that are available if you already have that trauma stored in your body. The second example has to do with the way that our body communicates to us about things that we're uncomfortable with, or maybe if we're not following our life's path. I was working and living in Rio de Janeiro. I was at the time sort of at the peak of my career, working as a special advisor for international relations at the state government here. And the work was really interesting, but also very stressful. And I sort of knew that it wasn't really what I wanted to do for a living. I knew always that wellness was calling me, but my rational self was telling me, you have the best job. You have to, push on and continue doing what you've accomplished with so much hard work. And what started happening, and at the time I was about 30 years old, I started developing a really serious heart issue where my heart would start palpitating and having, going above 200 beats per minute, where I felt like I was dying literally. So that happened a couple of times, and I was rushed to the hospital. Went through a lot of tests and basically was told to stop working out intensively. The doctor told me I couldn't run, I couldn't dance, I couldn't do anything that would get my heart rate too high, because then it could really lose its pacing, and serious issues could come out of this. So I didn't take that for an answer. I didn't start taking the medication that they suggested that I should take, and instead I really delved deep and realized that I was really unhappy at my work, and it wasn't what I was meant to do. And I quit my job within a month. And soon enough, all of my heart issues that were bothering me for over a year already had completely disappeared. Now, had I done anything differently in a physical realm? Yes, I was also paying attention to if I had slept well enough, if I had drank the night before my run, or if I had too much caffeine. I was watching those things as well. But the fact of the matter is that my body communicated to me about something that was really uncomfortable for me, which was that line of work wasn't really what I was meant to do, and it was stressing me out. It wasn't something that was providing me the peace and sort of the purpose that I needed to live my life fully. So those are just two examples from my life that I wanted to share with you. And for more, I wanted to invite you to a webinar that will be held this Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with a really incredible healer and internationally renowned speaker, Stanzie Langtree. And you might know of the technique she uses from the Goop Netflix series. Yeah, in the energetic alignment part of the video, the technique is used to really heal body trauma, and she uses that technique as well as many others. So if you're interested in learning how you can release trauma for experiencing your true potential, and for really living in peace and in connection to who you are, join us this Wednesday.